Every day you will meet people who challenge your patience. Some will question your choices, criticize your efforts, misunderstand your intentions, or say things designed to provoke an emotional reaction. In those moments, it is easy to believe that you must defend yourself, prove your point, or win the argument. But one of the greatest lessons you can ever learn is that your peace is far more valuable than winning any debate. The moment you understand this truth, your life begins to change in remarkable ways. You stop giving away your energy to temporary conflicts, and you start investing it in the future you are trying to build. Think about how much emotional energy an argument can consume. A single heated conversation can stay in your mind for hours, sometimes even days. You replay every word that was spoken. You imagine better responses. You wonder if you should have said more or less. While your mind is trapped in that cycle, your peace quietly slips away. The argument may have ended, but the emotional burden continues. Ask yourself a simple question. Is being right really worth sacrificing your happiness, your focus, and your emotional well-being? Most of the time, the answer is no. Many people confuse reacting with strength. They believe that raising their voice, delivering the perfect comeback, or refusing to back down proves confidence. In reality, true confidence rarely needs to announce itself. Real strength is remaining calm when someone else has already lost control. It is maintaining your dignity when another person is trying to pull you into unnecessary drama. Anyone can react in anger. It takes wisdom, patience, and self-mastery to respond with grace. When someone tries to provoke you, remember that their behavior often reveals more about their inner struggles than it does about your worth. People who are hurting sometimes hurt others. People who are insecure often criticize those who are growing. People who lack peace frequently try to disturb the peace of those around them. Their words are not always a reflection of your value. They are often a reflection of their own unresolved pain. Understanding this gives you the freedom to stop taking every negative comment personally. Imagine carrying a beautiful glass of clean water through a crowded place. Every sudden movement could spill it. Your peace is like that glass of water. Every unnecessary argument shakes it. Every emotional reaction threatens to spill what you've worked so hard to protect. If you allow every opinion, insult, or criticism to control your emotions, you will constantly be cleaning up emotional messes that never needed to happen. Instead, learn to hold your peace with steady hands. Protect it with intention. Value it more than the satisfaction of having the last word. There is something incredibly powerful about silence. Silence does not always mean you have nothing to say. Sometimes it means you have enough wisdom to know that your energy is too valuable to waste. Not every accusation deserves an explanation. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every misunderstanding needs to become a battle. Some people are not looking for truth. They are looking for conflict. When you refuse to participate, you deny negativity the attention it seeks. Protecting your peace also means setting healthy boundaries. You are not obligated to stay in conversations that constantly drain your spirit. You are not required to convince people who have already decided not to understand you. You do not have to carry the burden of changing every opinion about you. Let people think what they choose. Your responsibility is not to manage everyone's perception. Your responsibility is to manage your own character. As you grow, you will discover that maturity changes the way you respond to conflict. Instead of asking, "How can I win this argument?" you begin asking, "Is this worth my peace?" That single question can save you from countless regrets. It can prevent broken relationships, unnecessary stress, sleepless nights, and emotional exhaustion. Sometimes walking away is not surrender. Sometimes walking away is the greatest act of self-respect. Your future deserves more of your attention than your latest disagreement. Every minute spent arguing is a minute that could have been spent learning, creating, healing, loving, or building something meaningful. Life is too precious to waste on battles that do not move you closer to your purpose. The people who achieve lasting success understand that their focus is a limited resource. They protect it fiercely because they know distractions often come disguised as arguments. The next time someone tries to provoke you, pause before you respond. Take a deep breath. Remember who you are. Remember what truly matters. Your peace is a treasure that cannot be replaced. Once a moment passes, you cannot get it back. Choose your response carefully. Let your calmness become your strength. Let your wisdom become your voice. Let your character speak louder than your emotions. Because at the end of the day, winning an argument may satisfy your pride for a moment, but protecting your peace will strengthen your life for years to come. There is extraordinary power in a simple sentence that comes from a place of wisdom instead of emotion. When someone tries to provoke you, criticize you, insult you, or pull you into unnecessary drama, quietly remind yourself, I choose peace over conflict. These 6 words are not just a response. They are a decision. They are a declaration that your emotional well-being is more important than satisfying your ego. They remind you that no one has the authority to control your inner world unless you willingly hand them that power. Every time you choose peace, you reclaim control over your thoughts, your emotions, and your future. Many people believe peace is something that happens when life becomes easy. They think they will finally feel calm when everyone agrees with them, when every relationship is perfect, or when every problem disappears. But real peace does not depend on perfect circumstances. True peace is a choice you make, especially when circumstances are difficult. It is easy to stay calm when everyone is kind to you. The real test of your character comes when someone speaks harshly, treats you unfairly, or attempts to provoke you. In those moments, saying, I choose peace over conflict, becomes an act of courage rather than convenience. Think about how quickly emotions can rise during a disagreement. One negative comment leads to another. Voices become louder. Anger replaces understanding. Pride takes over. Before long, both people forget what the original disagreement was even about. They become focused only on proving who is right. Yet even if someone wins the argument, both people often lose something far more valuable. They lose trust. They lose respect. They lose emotional energy. Sometimes they even lose relationships that once meant everything. That is why choosing peace is not about avoiding conversation. It is about refusing to let temporary emotions destroy something permanent. When you say, I choose peace over conflict, you are not admitting defeat. You are demonstrating emotional strength. You are showing that your identity is not dependent on winning every battle. The strongest people are not those who react the fastest. The strongest people are those who remain grounded when everything around them becomes chaotic. They understand that emotional discipline is a greater achievement than emotional expression without control. There will always be people who misunderstand your intentions. Some people will judge you without knowing your story. Others may criticize your dreams because they are afraid to pursue their own. If you spend your life trying to correct every misunderstanding or answer every critic, you will become exhausted. Your energy is limited. Your time is valuable. Your purpose deserves your attention far more than someone else's negativity. Every moment you spend defending yourself unnecessarily is a moment taken away from building the life you truly want. Choosing peace also means trusting that not every situation requires your immediate response. Silence can be a powerful answer. A calm smile can speak louder than an angry speech. Walking away can communicate more confidence than staying to argue. Sometimes the greatest statement you can make is refusing to participate in a conversation that only exists to create conflict. Your silence is not weakness. It is wisdom deciding that your peace is too valuable to exchange for temporary satisfaction. Imagine carrying a bright light through a dark room. If you constantly stop to argue with every shadow, you will never reach your destination. The shadows are distractions. Your light is your purpose. Every unnecessary conflict is an invitation to step away from the path that matters most. By choosing peace, you keep moving forward. You refuse to let distractions steal your focus or your joy. You understand that your future is built by your daily decisions, not by your daily arguments. Peace also changes the people around you. Your calm presence can influence a room filled with tension. When others expect anger but receive kindness, they are often forced to reflect on their own behavior. You may not change everyone, but you will protect yourself from becoming the very negativity you dislike. Responding with patience allows you to remain true to your values regardless of how someone else behaves. Their actions belong to them. Your response belongs to you. Every day gives you opportunities to practice this mindset. It may happen at work when someone questions your abilities. It may happen in your family when opinions clash. It may happen online when strangers criticize you without knowing anything about your life. In each situation, pause before reacting. Take a slow breath. Remind yourself, I choose peace over conflict. Let those words settle your heart before they guide your actions. The more often you practice this habit, the more natural it becomes. Over time, people will notice something different about you. They will see someone who cannot easily be shaken because your strength comes from within, not from outside approval. As the years pass, you will realize that your greatest victories were not the arguments you won. They were the moments you protected your character, preserved your relationships, and kept your inner peace intact. You will remember the times you refused to let anger make decisions for you. You will appreciate every occasion when wisdom spoke louder than pride. Life becomes lighter when you stop carrying unnecessary battles. Your heart becomes stronger when it is no longer weighed down by resentment and constant conflict. So whenever life presents you with another opportunity to react, remember that you always have a choice. You can feed the conflict, or you can protect your peace. You can allow someone else's anger to become your burden, or you can remain steady in your own value. Quietly remind yourself, I choose peace over conflict. Those words have the power to transform your mindset, protect your spirit, strengthen your relationships, and keep you focused on the life you were meant to live. Every peaceful decision you make today becomes another step toward a calmer, wiser, and more fulfilling tomorrow. One of the most powerful lessons you will ever learn is that not every battle deserves your presence. Life will constantly present situations where people challenge your patience, question your character, or try to draw you into unnecessary conflict. Your first instinct may be to defend yourself, prove your point, or fight until everyone understands your perspective. However, true wisdom teaches something very different. Your greatest victory is not always found in standing your ground. Sometimes your greatest victory is found in walking away stronger. Walking away does not mean you are weak. It means you are wise enough to recognize that your peace, your dignity, and your future are worth far more than a temporary argument. Strength is often misunderstood. Society sometimes tells us that strong people never back down, never stay silent, and never let anyone have the last word. But real strength is measured differently. It is measured by your ability to remain calm when others lose control. It is measured by your willingness to protect your character instead of your pride. It is measured by your decision to leave situations that no longer serve your growth. Walking away is not giving up. It is choosing a higher path when a lower one is being offered to you. Think about a tree during a powerful storm. It does not fight the wind with anger. It bends with wisdom. It remains rooted because its strength comes from deep within. When the storm passes, the tree is still standing. In the same way, life will bring emotional storms. Harsh words, unfair criticism, betrayal, disappointment, and rejection may shake your emotions. Yet, if your roots are planted in self-respect and inner peace, you will remain standing long after the storm has passed. The storm does not define the tree. Its roots do. In the same way, difficult moments do not define you. Your response defines you. Many people spend years trying to win arguments with people who have no desire to understand them. They waste precious energy trying to convince those who have already made up their minds. They carry resentment, replay painful conversations, and allow negativity to occupy space that should be filled with hope, creativity, and purpose. Eventually, they realize that they have been fighting battles that never had a prize worth winning. The greatest freedom comes when you stop trying to control other people's opinions and start protecting your own peace. Walking away requires courage because your pride will often tell you to stay. Pride whispers that you must prove yourself. Pride insists that silence is defeat. Pride demands that you answer every insult and challenge every accusation. Wisdom, however, speaks with a quieter voice. Wisdom reminds you that your value is not determined by another person's approval. Your worth does not increase because someone finally agrees with you, and it does not decrease because someone misunderstands you. Once you truly believe this, you become difficult to provoke because your confidence no longer depends on outside validation. There will always be people who try to pull you into their negativity. Some will criticize your dreams because they abandoned their own. Others will doubt your abilities because they have never discovered their own potential. Some people simply want company in their frustration. If you allow yourself to be drawn into every conflict, you slowly become like the environment around you. But when you choose to walk away, you refuse to carry burdens that were never yours to begin with. You protect your heart from unnecessary bitterness, and you preserve your energy for the things that truly matter. Walking away also creates space for healing. As long as your attention is consumed by conflict, there is little room for growth. Anger clouds your judgment. Resentment steals your joy. Constant arguments distract you from your purpose. The moment you step away from unnecessary battles, you create room for clarity. You begin to hear your own thoughts again. You rediscover your dreams. You remember the goals that once inspired you. Your focus shifts from proving yourself to improving yourself, and that shift changes everything. One day you will look back on certain moments that once seemed incredibly important. The arguments, the insults, the criticism, and the misunderstandings will no longer carry the weight they once did. What you will remember instead is how you handled those moments. You will remember choosing dignity over drama. You will remember choosing wisdom over revenge. You will remember protecting your peace instead of feeding your anger. Those decisions will become the foundation of your character, and your character will carry you much farther than any argument ever could. Walking away does not mean you stop caring. It means you care enough about yourself to refuse what destroys your spirit. It means you understand that your emotional energy is a limited resource. Every unnecessary conflict drains that resource. Every pointless argument delays your progress. Every moment spent chasing someone else's approval is a moment taken away from building the life you were meant to live. Your dreams deserve your attention more than your critics do. Your future deserves your focus more than your past disappointments do. As you continue growing, you will notice something remarkable. The people who once expected to control your emotions will no longer have that power. Their words will lose their influence because your confidence is no longer built on their opinions. Their attempts to provoke you will become ineffective because your peace has become stronger than their negativity. You will discover that emotional freedom is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. No one can steal it unless you hand it over. So when life presents another opportunity to argue, pause for a moment before reacting. Ask yourself whether this battle is leading you closer to the person you want to become. If the answer is no, choose the path of wisdom. Walk away with your head held high. Walk away with your dignity intact. Walk away without bitterness, without hatred, and without regret. Every step you take away from unnecessary conflict is a step toward greater peace, greater confidence, and greater purpose. In the end, your greatest victory will never be proving that someone else was wrong. Your greatest victory will be becoming so emotionally strong, so deeply peaceful, and so confidently grounded that nothing outside of you can steal what you have built within. In the end, life will always give you a choice. You can react to every insult, every criticism, and every attempt to provoke you, or you can rise above it with wisdom and self-control. Remember, your peace is too precious to exchange for temporary satisfaction. Every argument you refuse to join, every negative word you choose not to answer, and every moment you protect your inner calm is a victory that makes you stronger. The most powerful people are not those who can silence others with louder voices. They are the ones who have learned to silence the chaos within themselves. The next time someone tries to provoke you, pause before you speak. Take a deep breath, smile with confidence, and simply remind yourself, I choose peace over conflict. Those words are not a sign of weakness. They are a declaration that your happiness is not controlled by someone else's behavior. They show that your character is stronger than your emotions, your purpose is greater than your pride, and your future is more important than a moment of anger. Never forget that people may have the power to speak negative words, but only you have the power to decide whether those words live in your heart. Refuse to give anyone permission to steal your joy, your confidence, or your peace of mind. Protect your energy. Guard your thoughts. Invest your time in becoming the best version of yourself instead of trying to prove yourself to people who have already chosen not to understand you. As you continue your journey, let your calmness become your greatest strength, your kindness become your greatest response, and your peace become your greatest achievement. The world does not need more people who react with anger. It needs more people who respond with wisdom, compassion, and unwavering confidence. Be that person. Walk away from unnecessary battles with your dignity intact. Focus on your purpose, trust your path, and keep moving forward without carrying the weight of other people's negativity. Because in the end, the greatest victory is not having the last word. The greatest victory is having the last laugh with a peaceful heart, a clear mind, and a life that continues to flourish while others remain trapped in conflict. Choose peace. Choose growth. Choose freedom. And let your quiet strength become the loudest statement you ever make. Thank you.